Well, hello everybody. Just a little update video on our progress with Miglena's adoption. I think looks like my last update was roughly a month ago, October 14th. So quite a bit has happened since then. So right now we are in the process of wrapping up our home study and getting our dossier together and approved by our adoption agency and sent off to Bulgaria. Again, a lot of paperwork. The most recent round of paperwork was our paperwork to Homeland Security. USICS is part of Homeland Security, I believe. And of course, with that paperwork comes a fee, as with every single step. But we just wrapped up that paperwork this week, and we are getting it off to our agency and also off to the agency that's handling our home study to wrap that up. So that round of paperwork is done. I believe the next step is just for our agency to present that to Homeland Security, get it approved, and then send it off to Bulgaria for review. Clearly, that's going to take some time. And then my understanding is that once that is approved, then we'll start to get our documents and paperwork ready to travel over to Bulgaria. But I think that's the next step. Anyway, so I'll update everybody as soon as I find out more information on that. Part of the delay in our getting our home study done was a little bit of drama that happened at our physicians, who was responsible for doing. So we have to have physicals done by everybody in the family. So probably the most critical ones are Sonia and my physical to get it ready, and that is included in the home study, and also that goes off to Homeland. Anyway, it's definitely part of our home study and part of our dossier. So we went to get our physicals done, and we had, before, when we adopted Vivian, it was pretty routine physical. It was, him checking us out, signing the paperwork. This is a great thing you're doing. Here you go. Well wishes, and you're on your way, right? So for whatever reason, this time around, we had a relatively new nurse practitioner that had just been assigned to that office, who did our physicals, both for me and Sonia. And for some reason, she had it in her mind that she needed to go above and beyond with this physical. What's really the point of the physical is, are you healthy enough to adopt this child, and do you not have any communicable diseases, basically? Which is why, before we just, you look great, follow up on this or whatever, but here you're good to go, well on your way. But for whatever reason, she did not feel comfortable with performing this physical without having just rounds of blood work done. So we have to pay, I don't even know how much money we'll have to pay for this blood work, but it was like 15 vials of blood work that we had to have taken, and so it was, waiting for this blood work to come back, and it's just sign the paper and give it to us like before. We don't understand. And ultimately, in the end, it was our doctor who signed the paperwork, and he was basically put, nothing is outstanding here that's going to prevent you from adopting a child, signed it and gave it to us. So we waited basically 2 weeks for him to come just spend literally 30 seconds writing this out and signing it and giving it to us. So I don't know what the big deal was here, but anyway, that was part of the delay in getting our home study together. Otherwise, home study paperwork is done, and it's off to the agency. So that's kind of where we are in the process. we continue to get very generous donations from people, and just want to point out that really this whole process just would not have been at all financially possible for us if it weren't for the love of the people around us and those who are supporting us in our efforts, and just eternally grateful for the friends and the family that we have that are supporting us in this effort. And just want to give kudos to them, and recognize their contributions for what they are. So and then just finally, one thing that I wanted to mention, as we're waiting to bring this precious soul home into our home, I won't go into too much detail about what happened to her, but she was involved in an incident over in Bulgaria. Happened very close to where she lives, and again, I will not publicly go into the details, but it's just say that it's something that kids should just never have to go through. Just putting it mildly. So it's just all the more reason for us to want to quickly bring her home and get her out of that situation where she's in. It's just an immoral culture over there, and just seems just like a godless environment that she is living in, and we're very, very eager and anxious to show her that there is a different life that she can be living, and one that's going to give her a long life. And so it just made it that much harder. So bottom line is that the Bulgarian government contacted us to ask us if we were wanting to go through with the adoption because of this incident. And it's just like, this is all the more reason to go through with the adoption. So we had to, Sonia and I both sign a paperwork, have it notarized, mail it off. Just another delay in this whole thing, and it's just frustrating. So anyway, that's kind of part of the frustration of this whole process. But anyway, we are it's going along. At this point, it's looking tentatively like we might travel over in January for our first trip. I'm sure we'll find something else out more closer to the end of the year, or maybe in a few weeks here. Who knows? But anyway, that's kind of where we're at. I hope you all are doing well, and look forward to giving you some update on our progress. Have a good day.